Hey guys, how's it going? We had a lot bigger week than usual, so let's just get right into it. First off, I would like to thank my father, who we know watches this program, because he picked me up some stuff today while he was out yard selling, and he got a really good haul. So, first off, he got this PS2 Slim with all the cords and everything. It didn't come with any controllers, but it does work. And it comes with one of the Nyko second party, is what I like to call them, memory cards. Nyko made these, but they are officially licensed by Sony for use with the PS2. And I like them because they've got this little grippy pad on them. They're just a little bit nicer than the stock memory cards. He also got me, in that same bundle, this Game Boy Advance SP. It is a 100 model, not a 101, so it is the front lit, not the back lit model. It's a little bit of a less desirable model, but it is clean, it works, and it has what I like to call desirable wear on it, which is this little patch that it gets on the top. I look for Game Boys with this because I like the look of it, because it's not wear from somebody being irresponsible, it's wear from somebody that actually loved their system, loved their Game Boy, and kept it in their pocket. So you'd get coins and your wallet and stuff rubbing up against it, and it would sort of very gently rub the paint off, as compared to what I call undesirable wear, which is sort of bite marks, claw marks, and places where it had been dropped and things had been dropped on it. This is desirable wear, and a little bit later I will show you a Game Boy with undesirable wear. But yeah, that's a really good find. Thank you, Dad. And he also picked me up a bunch of games. First of all, we have Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis. We have Super Mario World, which is Super Mario Advance 2. We have, let's see, Super Mario Advance 4, which is Super Mario Brothers 3. And we have this no-label Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship, which, as you can see, was originally marked with no label at $19.99. Somebody committed highway robbery. Also with that, I got a bunch of great RPGs. First we have Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which belonged to Mia, it looks like. Mia right there on the label. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Advance, Dawn of Souls. Final Fantasy 4 Advance. Final Fantasy 6 Advance, which I believe is our Final Fantasy 3, is this. So I have this on Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance. And we have Lunar Legend. I believe that this is a portable version of Lunar Silver Star Story, or at least from that series for the PlayStation. Those are some of my girlfriend's favorite games, so I'm sure she'll be excited that I have one on Game Boy Advance. Let's move all these off to the side. Next, I had a deal on Facebook. I put out ads on Facebook that I buy, sell, and trade retro games, and somebody... Actually, no, I just saw somebody post this on Facebook, and I snatched it up before any nasty resellers did. But it was a Game Boy Advance SP with the Jungle Book for Game Boy Color. This is a 101 Game Boy Advance SP with what I like to call undesirable wear. So even though it is the model that is infinity times brighter and backlit, it is also one which has, as you can see here, possibly crack marks along the hinge, and it looks like it may have had something dropped on it. Let me see if I can get the right angle so you can see that. Right there, it has a indentation that something was dropped on it. When I opened it up to clean it, the speaker inside was actually out of place. So I believe something very heavy was dropped on this. Luckily, it's still alive. This is a very unique color for a Game Boy. I like this color a lot. It's sort of a bluish color, sort of a silvery blue, and I really like it. It's a nice color. I've never seen another Game Boy in that color, so there's another one for the collection, even though it does have some undesirable wear as opposed to desirable wear. This shows irresponsibility. This shows love. Okay, so now we're on to... Let's just go to my purchases from my retro store. So I made a couple purchases this week. First, I got Final Fantasy Legend 2. I believe I paid $9 for this. This is a good game. I think that this is in the Mana series. The Final Fantasy Game Boy games, Final Fantasy Adventure, Final Fantasy Legend 1 and 2 are from the Secret of Mana, the Mana series, I believe. If I'm wrong, correct me down there. But in North America they were marketed as Final Fantasy, as were a couple other series, I believe, remarketed as Final Fantasy and as other things because they believed that the only RPG we would buy here is Final Fantasy. And you know what? They were probably right at the time. Next, I picked up Super Princess Peach. That's right, Super Princess Peach. If you don't know what this game is, then I cannot help you. You're too far gone. But if you know what it is and you've played it before, then I recommend playing it again. This game is very fun. It's very easy, but it's got a fun little gimmick that no other Mario game has. Basically, you can control Peach's emotions in the game. She can be happy, sad, mad, and joyous. And yeah, each one gives her a new superpower. So it's as though you have a magic meter and all of Mario's powers available at once. But you run down your meter each time you use them. So it's a new way to play Mario. It's still a platformer, but it's a lot more combat oriented. So if you're looking for a twist on the traditional Mario game, pick up Super Princess Peach. I highly recommend it. Okay, and the last thing that I bought from my local retro store was Futurama, the game. And as you can see, I only paid $9.99 for it, which is a fantastic deal for a game which is still in the box with the receipt from, that's right, Game Crazy. See, there's the manual. Game Crazy. I liked Game Crazy a lot more than GameStop. They knew how to run a business. They had new and retro games and were set up similar to a GameStop, but I felt that their business practices were a lot more ethical, I suppose, than GameStop, or a lot more fair, and I don't know, they just seemed like a better game store than GameStop. Perhaps that's just because they're gone and I'm looking back on them fondly, but Game Crazy knew how to do business, so I'm going to keep that receipt. That's a nice memento, I suppose. Okay, so what did I get next? Okay, let's look at these. I picked up a couple DS games at yard sales. Everything from here on is purchases that I made from yard sales. So the first sale I hit yesterday. There was a bunch of DS games that were all marked like $20 a piece, but I talked them down to $1 a piece for them. So the first one we got was Bomberman, published by Ubisoft, and it just looks like a bootleg game, and I love that. I'm sure it's a great Bomberman game, but as you can see, Ubisoft does not know how to do cover art as well as the second Bomberman game, which is Bomberman Land Touch, published by Atlas. As you can see, the cover art by Atlas is far superior, in my opinion, to the cover art by Ubisoft. See, Atlas, Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft is a much larger company than Atlas, which I think is ironic that their box art looks like a Chinese bootleg when Atlas, with an infinitely lower budget, has this very nice, very cartoony box art. So, you know, take that as you will. But 2 Bomberman games, and then I also got for $1 Kingdom Hearts Recoded. All of these games are complete in box, including the 2 Bomberman games, with the manual, the cartridge, or the card, whatever they want to call it. This box is nice and it's sparkly. Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, but they are good games, and so for $1 I'll pick one up. Okay. Next we have this, which I bought for, what did I pay for this? $2. $2 for this one. This game, which happens to be a favorite of mine, a horror exploration classic, Super Metroid. As you may know, $2 is an excellent price for Super Metroid. This game works, I tested it out, it's all sparkly and new. Opened it up, cleaned it, there was a little bit of Coca-Cola in it, I believe, but with a good scrubbing, Super Metroid works. If you have Coca-Cola in your video games, look at my Simon Bisley poster here. I'm going to put a nice little link here for you to click on. That's how you clean up your games. Because you're a disgrace, your games are messy, clean that shit. Like I cleaned Super Metroid. Now Super Metroid works. Super Metroid's a good game. If you click this link, you can learn how to clean Super Metroid and check yourself before you wreck yourself. We'll be right back after these messages. This episode of Summertime Pickups has been brought to you by Shameless Fan Service. And we're back! Sorry about that, I ran out of memory card space on my camera, rambling on about these fantastic deals that I got, and you didn't. So now we're going to check out this, which is a controller. If you remember from 2 or 3 videos ago, I picked up a controller for the GameCube by Mad Catz, and I said that it was the only good thing Mad Catz ever did. Well, I was wrong! In that same series, Mad Catz also came out with another controller for the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox called the Micron. And I got this, which I thought was a Micron, but it turns out it was a GameStop controller. But still a Micron. So, I didn't know this, but GameStop partnered with Mad Catz to release these special sort of candy apple red controllers, which are Microns, but they've got a little GameStop logo on them, so I don't know what to think about that. I picked this one up for $2, which is a steal for a Micron. These are possibly the best controllers that a third party has ever made. The Micron and also their third-party controllers, I'm not sure what the title of them is, from the same series as the Micron. They look just like the Micron, they have the same styling, but they're a little bit bigger. If you remember from 2 videos ago, 2 or 3, I'll link it here if you want to check it out. You probably don't. Click on the Bisley poster. But if you want to check that video out, that's a good controller. So, yeah, that and the Micron. Mad Catz, you were good once, now you're shit. You were shit for a while, and then you did good, and then now you're shit again. So, it's going out to you, Mad Catz. Do this shit again. Don't do the other shit. Do this shit. There you go. Okay. Now, picked this up today from a kid for $3. I think it was a pretty good deal. I have never played this game before, so Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. It's a Halloween-y sort of version of Red Dead Redemption with a couple new missions, I believe, so I'm gonna check that out. Undead Nightmare. I don't like zombies, you all know that from my Comic-Con video, but why the hell not? $3, who can complain? And I got 2 GameCube games. First one, making this the week of Bomberman, I got Bomberman Jetters. So, it just looks like a 3D Bomberman game. Bombs, puzzles, whatnot. You know Bomberman, you love Bomberman. This is probably just like the 2 DS Bomberman games I got. I also got Evolution Worlds, which is a more sought-after GameCube game. This one, unfortunately, is from a Blockbuster and is missing the manual, but as you can see, I only paid $1 for it, and every game is worth at least $1. Don't let anybody tell you different. Every game is worth playing. Every game is worth at least $1. If a game's marked for $1, if you want that game, buy it. Next, I got a big old pile of Xbox games. Not all of them are exclusives, some of them are. First, we have Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, Max Payne, Max Payne 2, The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, or as you all know it, Skyrim -2. This is Dungeons & Dragons Hero. This is Heroes, Dungeons & Dragons Heroes. This is one that was on my to-pick-up list for Xbox. I've heard that it is a fantastic little Dungeons & Dragons game by Atari. It's complete in box, so I'm glad to knock that one off my list of Xbox exclusives. Next is a game that I already have, but I picked up because this copy is in fantastic condition. Brute Force. I love this game. Brute Force. Remember that. If you have an Xbox and you don't have Brute Force, you're stupid. Get Brute Force. That is a great game. And the last Xbox game I got is Dark Watch. This is available on Xbox and PS2 and probably PC and GameCube. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact it's available for Xbox and PS2 because I have it on Xbox and I bought it on launch on PS2. It is a sort of a horror western first-person shooter. This came out in a time when, for some reason, westerns were really popular in video games. This is around the time that Gun came out. We had Red Dead Revolver and Dead Man's Hand, and Dark Watch. So there you go. You play as a vampire sheriff, and you go and you kill other vampire sheriffs around. Anyway, that's a pretty fun game. Yeah, check that one out. Move those over here and show you this last thing I got, which was one large lot. I paid $1 for every item in this lot, so just keep track of that. First in this lot we have a silver Game Boy Pocket. This is my favorite model of Game Boy Pocket. This is the first one released, and as you can see, this is different from other Game Boys because it does not have a power indicator. They released a revision of the Game Boy Pocket the same year, I believe, as this one, or just a year later, which had a power indicator light right here like the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy before it. So I think this is a very neat edition of the Game Boy. It's got a mirrored border around the screen, as you can see. And yeah, this one doesn't have a battery door, but for $1 I'm not going to be picky. This one works. The sound is crisp. The screen is crisp. Game Boy Pocket is my favorite Game Boy system, and here's another one that I have. I've already got a silver one, here's another one. Next, the rest of this is just a giant Sega Genesis lot. I got the Game Genie video game enhancer for Sega Genesis by Galoob. And the Game Genie is basically just a cheating machine. You use it to cheat at games. This one came with the manual, which is about as big as an Xbox. It's just huge. Comes with a bunch of secret codes and shit. You'd input codes, kind of like, yeah, just cheat codes, but on a more advanced level. And they have Arrow the Acrobat. Somebody took the time to put Arrow the Acrobat into a Game Genie. That's wonderful. Altered Beast, bunch of Sega classics. We got Blaster Master, Bubsy. We have Bubsy Game. We've got codes for Bubsy Game. You can start with 3 lives, you can start with 20 lives, 66 lives, or infinite lives. I don't know why you wouldn't just start with infinite lives, but whatever. Also got, yeah, Castlevania Bloodlines. That was at my retro store for $20, and I regret not buying it. Regret, just all of the regret. Like, if you can imagine all of the regret in the world, that's what I have. Castlevania Bloodlines, because when the manager got back, she marked it up to $60. And I felt sad. Next. Ariel, The Little Mermaid. Haven't played this game, but I've heard good things about it, so maybe I'll pop it in and show you people what it's all about. We got Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the not for resale copy. I am committing a federal offense showing this to you because, as you can see, it says not for resale, and they're going to send Interpol to my house as soon as they see this video because I bought it from somebody, and they're going to extract information from me and arrest the bastard man, woman. It was a lady, but she's a bastard man who sold it to me. Next we have Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2. Two games which defined the Genesis and almost gave the Genesis the upper hand over Nintendo because, as you remember, Nintendo pussed out and there was no blood in the original Mortal Kombat on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, but there was blood in the Sega Genesis version. Next, that's right, PacMan 2, the classic PacMan 2, The New Adventures. Included is manual with some hastily scribbled codes on the back. I'm sure those are continue codes because we are in 1995 or whenever this came out. When did this come out? 1994. And you know, Zelda isn't out yet, so people don't know about save batteries. Next, Dynamite Headdy. That is a Sonic clone where you play as a guy with dynamite for a head or something, I believe. But it is a Sonic the Hedgehog clone. I've been meaning to make a video for you guys going through a bunch of different Sonic the Hedgehog clones, including Dynamite Headdy, Rocket Knight Adventures, Aero the Acrobat, and finally Sonic the Hedgehog itself. But I will get to that one of these days. Trust me. If you want to see a video dedicated to Sonic the Hedgehog clones, including but not limited to Dynamite Headdy, Aero the Acrobat, Radical Rex, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, leave a comment below because I'd like to see what you people think about that. And the last game I got today for $1, which I am very proud of, that I got this. I almost shit my pants when I saw it because you never see games like this in the wild, and I got there at like 10, and so by all reason you can think of, resellers should have been there already. There's some very competitive resellers in Utah, and they usually hit up all the yard sales like a day or two before they even start, and so the fact that this wasn't taken is basically a miracle. But Contra Hardcore, I got this for $1. It's not complete, unfortunately. There is no manual, and as you can see, there's no cartridge because it's in my Sega Genesis right now, because Contra Hardcore is a good game. You might even say that it is a hardcore game. It is the only Contra game, I believe, on the Sega Genesis because Konami hates Sega. Konami put out one Contra game and one Castlevania game. Castlevania Bloodlines on the Sega Genesis, a game which makes me very sad. So yeah, I have Contra Hardcore now, and I only paid $1 for it. That's one of the most sought-after Sega Genesis games. It's one of the ones that you definitely want to knock out of your collection soon, before Sega Genesis goes through the roof like Super Nintendo did. I'm guaranteeing you that Sega Genesis is on the rise, and Contra Hardcore is going to be one of the games to be. It's going to be the, say, the Gargoyle's Quest of the Sega Genesis. So, Contra Hardcore, if you have a chance to pick that up for $1, do it. If you have a chance to pick it up for $20, also do it. That's a pretty good deal. If you have a chance to pick it up for $40, you should still do it because that's about retail. So, Contra Hardcore. It's a fantastic game, and I got it for a fantastic price. And those are all of my games this week, and I got them all for fantastic prices, for the most part. Super Princess Peach paid retail for you, baby, because you're worth it. So yeah, it was a good week. A lot more stuff than usual, but still a good week. So, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me a lot. Every one of your views keeps me alive another day. It's a weird contract I have with the devil. But, yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.